Okay, so we're going to get to that middleware for fetching the JWT token. Last video I had the wrong package. We actually want Apollo link. So you want to go to the client directory and run npm install apollo-link. And from that, then you want to import Apollo link and concat. And this used to be link equals new HTTP link. Now we're going to call it HTTP link because we have to combine it with this middleware. And this is right off the website. So auth middleware is a new Apollo link, operation and forward, which are part of the new Apollo link. And it's operation.set context, passing in headers. And then it returns spread the headers, and we create a new one called authorization, and in there it goes window.local storage get item token, and if there's no token it's null, and then we just return forward operation. So that's just how they set it up. It's right off the website, and we redefine our link down here. We say link is concat the middleware and the HTTP link that we made, and the link stays the same in the client. So that's our front end, fetching the token and putting it in our headers, our request headers, every time we send a request to the backend. So on the backend, I created a new folder called middleware and made an index.js. In there, I imported the JSON web token and our keys, and I'm exporting something called check auth headers, which is a function middleware, request, response, and next. And the token is going to be request the header set authorization, and we're going to log the token just to see it, and then we're going to verify the token with our secret. If there's some kind of error, like the token's bad or there's no token, we're going to get that error in the console. If there's a user, we're going to set request.user to that user, and then we're just going to console log the user to show you, and then we're going to call next. And then we're going to import this right here. We're going to import check auth headers from our middleware folder into our server file, and we're going to run it. No sense in running it before the passport stuff because that's how we get it, that token. So we're going to run it right here before our GraphQL requests. I'm just going to server.use check auth headers. And since we did that, we can now make our GraphQL Express a function of request. So just in between the curly brace and the parenthesis, you write request function, put a parenthesis here and add a parenthesis in the end. And in our context, we have our models like we always had, and we add user equals request.user. So now we run our app. Anytime we make a request, a GraphQL request, we're going to look at that token. And as you can see, we get the token, and our user object has ID, and this is for the token. This is expiration date and when it was created. So right now we're not, in our middleware, we're just console logging an error. Right now we're not stopping anything from happening. But we have the power in this to basically, if there's an error, we can throw a new error here, and we can basically stop the chain if we want to. So we could do something like we could do throw a new error right there. And I should disjoin this. It won't call next. it'll stop all the functioning right there, and they won't be able to make a GraphQL request without having a valid token. And the real cool part about it is now it's in our context. Our user ID is in our context, so we know whoever's doing something. So right here, where we're using models, we can make a query just called me, and make it an async function of root args models and user. And we say models dot user dot find by ID, and we just say user.id, and that would work. So in this one, we don't want to do it because this is when the user is just logging in, so we won't have the token yet. We can't use it there. But in other queries down the line, say we want to look up a user's videos or figure out who the owner of the video is, we're going to use the token in this context of user. So right now we don't really need this query, but that's the general idea, how we get access to it. So now that we've got that all set up, now we can finally start setting up our video, upload, mutations and stuff like that. And we'll do that starting in the next video.